What's up, everybody? Tim Sykes here. I want you to register for this free webinar. It is tomorrow night. Click the link just below this video. I'm going to be talking about how to adapt to this summer trading months. I've been on a hot streak the past few weeks, literally 0 losses in the past month, and it's because I'm adapting. So I want to make this webinar 100% free because I don't want you to have any excuse not to attend. This will be tomorrow, June 21st. Lock in your spot. I think we're capping it at 1,000 people just because the webinar software, but sign up if you have not already. It's 100% free. Literally no gimmicks, no tricks. It's just I want to give you guys these rules because you do have to trade a little differently during the summer, and frankly, that's why I've been successful. Also got to give props to so many of you guys right now. I mean, these plays that are happening, it's absolutely amazing. CLBS from 4 to 11 now in 2 days. Please, if you are long overnight, be selling into this strength. You know, this is best case scenario, and this was actually a really nice breakout above the former resistance here in the 6s. So a lot of you guys messaged me that you're long overnight. I mean, if you can make 50, 60, 70, 80% overnight, you take it every time. Maybe it goes higher, maybe it doesn't. If you want to be aggressive, okay, I don't mind selling half. Just lock in some of these profits. Because, you know, GEVO is another one that has really gone supernova the past 2 days. From 4 up to 24, and now it looks like it's finally going to have a little red day. I mean, this is just a lot. Like, short sellers are getting destroyed, okay? You see a lot of these shorts thinking, oh, every penny stock goes down. They are getting crushed. This is why they don't show every single trade. This is the difference between me and a lot of these screenshot heroes that you see on social media. Oh, here's one screenshot. Here's another one. Show me every trade. Show how much money you risked. Show me how much you were down. See how much, you know, you've lost. A lot of people are afraid of sharing the good, the bad, and the ugly. This is what differentiates me and my top students. I'm not here to brag. I'm just pointing out the differences because there's a lot of fakers these days. People who post 1 or 2 screenshots, people who Photoshop screenshots. Don't trust anybody who just posts screenshots. Like, you need to know the specifics of these trades. Sorry. I've had a little bit of a crazy travel schedule the past few days. I'm sorry that I've frankly just missed these. It really pisses me off. But you'll see it's worth it when I reveal what I've been doing the past few days. Trust me, it's really worth it. It's kind of cool. And more importantly, it's pretty sweet to see that a lot of you guys are self-sufficient. This is what I want for all of you, okay? Some days I'm not going to be around, you know? Sometimes stuff happens. I live a pretty crazy life. I'm traveling all over the place. I'm opening up medical centers and schools. You know, I have a few other projects in the pipeline. So you'll see soon, but this is why I make these video lessons and watch lists and commentary and DVDs and webinars. Like, I'm trying to get you guys to be prepared. And frankly, a lot of you are. GEVO, CLBS, or CLPS, my bad. CLBS and CLBS. This is another one that's going supernova. And then ASTC, which was in my long-term portfolio, I sold it because frankly it was just, you know, an ugly downtrend. But this is why there is you know, a valid long-term strategy possible if you can withstand, you know, this gradual decrease over several months when you have companies with new products. So this is a company, you know, they have a cool new product to make or to detect weapons at airports, and they got European approval. So it was very good news. You just had to wait months and months and months, and frankly, it's not an exact science with long-term. This is why I have a separate long-term newsletter, because I don't want you to get confused. This is not a chart that you should ever hold on to short-term. But if you want to, you know, have a few long-term plays where if they get, you know, big approval, I mean, frankly, GEVO, I had some students who were in this long-term. I mean, this was downtrending quite a bit. But, you know, now we're looking at 4 or 5 times your money in 3 or 4 days. It's pretty amazing. So it's pretty cool. Focus on these great supernovas. GEVO is one, ASTC is another, CLBS is another, CLPS is another. This is pretty amazing right now, and you need to learn to take advantage, especially on dip buys. I wouldn't necessarily chase any of them. A lot of you guys are messaging me like, oh, should I just buy anything? Focus on the dips. Like, GEVO had actually a really great dip twice. The first dip is kind of hard because it actually broke support here in the 11s and went down to the 10s. It was a nice overnight bouncer, but I like this little morning panic yesterday pre-market, when it held 12, because now you can see that it's a lower or a higher low, so it held that. So I mean, this is just basic technical analysis. Then it gets a little choppy in here, but if you focus on morning dip buys, I think that you're better off. So I'll be looking for morning dip buys on CLPS, CLBS, GEVO, and ASTC. And, there might be some new ones. I see NAKD is spiking pre-market up, just a casual 214%. It's a Wednesday. It's a wacky Wednesday. So this is really, a hot time for a lot of these companies. So take advantage of it. Learn to buy high of the day breakouts. If it happens near the market open with a lot of volume, just be careful because sometimes you get fake outs. But ideally for me, I like buying dips that hold support over previous lows multiple days. Look at CLPS. This is so choppy. I mean, it's tough for me to chase it now in the teens. CLBS is in the teens also. But the high of the day breakout, some of you guys are messaging me, what is that? So the previous high was 915 yesterday. So you can just buy this. You don't necessarily have to hold these stocks overnight. If you want to wake up early, if you want to just focus on key levels. So look at where the previous high was. I know this is simple, but trust me, simple is surprisingly useful and effective with these stocks. So, if you do wake up early, CLBS, buy it at 915, 920, sell it at 1020, 1030, 1050. If you have the patience, hold it to 1150. ASTC, I'll be watching. It's tanking a little bit pre-market as I'm making this video because frankly, I mean, this is just a monstrous run up from 2 to 8. But, if it can bounce or if it can hold support here in the 5s and maybe it, goes to 680 and can test this level of the 7s, I'll buy it if there's enough volume, if it's breaking out. We'll see. I mean, nothing is guaranteed. This is one other thing that you have to understand. Just because there's 2, 3, 4 big supernovas to start this week, it doesn't mean that it's going to continue all week. Very rarely do you find like 5 or 7 supernovas. Usually you have like one, which was, GEVO, which opened the door to these other ones. And then like the second and third one kind of just spike big because when GEVO spikes big, that kind of opens, people's minds. It scares short sellers a little bit. It gets momentum buyers being like, oh, damn, this is the time to push it. So when you have, I mean, we literally have 4 big supernovas all in 1 week, all in 3 days. That's a lot. So if you do see a stock today or tomorrow that's up like 30 or 50%, and I'm sure people in the chat rooms will be like, this is the next 200% winner. This is the next 500% winner. Don't believe that bullshit, okay? There could be more supernovas, but the odds start decreasing later in the week after you start having 2, 3, 4, 5 supernovas. And all of these stocks, I might dip buy for morning panics, but I would not just go long and hold after they're up 2, 3, 4, 500%. That's a recipe for disaster. So for me, it's all about, very tactical, very sniper-like trading where I want to buy the high of the day breakout or I want to buy, any panic that holds support and take a quick 10, 20, 30%. Again, I wish that I had been around the past 3 days, but you can't go back in time. Sometimes life gets in the way, and especially when you live a crazy life. But this is why I want you guys to be self-sufficient, okay? I make all these videos, I show you these patterns, and sometimes I'm just not going to be there for it. And I'm so proud of so many of you who are, capitalizing on this. GEVO was actually a decent little short here. I mean, this doesn't look like much in the chart, but this is a nearly 50% drop off these ridiculous highs. And then, yesterday's high was 25. It already got down to 16. So there's money to be made on both sides. I prefer dip buying. I prefer buying breakouts, but do whatever you want. There's no one right magic formula for these stocks. Just take advantage of the volatility up and down. And leave a comment underneath this video if you promise to do so, if you are going to be like, hey, I'm going to take advantage of this volatility. And also check out this link again. I'm going to post the link just under this video. Please, please, please tune in to my free webinar tomorrow. It's going to really open your eyes to some key rules that I think can really help you. You live and die by rules. So anybody feels free to ignore my rules or patterns, do whatever you want, but I'm still going to try to teach you with my, just 2 decades of experience trading and now over a decade of experience teaching. Cheers. I'll see you guys in the chat room today.